Hello everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic day. We are going to walk through in this video how to find and create your listing and buyer presentation. So, had a lot of questions lately about are there some pre-made listing templates, buyer presentations inside of Command, and the answer is absolutely yes. We do have to customize some of them to make them more local to your market, to make them more specific to you and your business, but there's some amazing templates in there and they're fully customizable. So we're gonna jump in and walk through creating them. We're gonna have a class in February where we create the whole presentation, including giving you guys a bunch of content to put in it. In this video, it's gonna be a how-to. So we are here inside of designs and we're gonna go create a design. And we are going to select the print option. We're going to continue. We are loading here into WeBrand. And on the left side, we're going to see all the different categories for the types of print material that we have. So of course we have listing and buyer. When it comes to buyer, here are the buyer presentations. You can see there's 5 different styles just here. Inside of each of these different styles, the content is the same, just the theme and the design looks slightly different. Just take note, how are you going to be using these templates? Are you going to be printing them or are you going to be emailing them? I'm going to show you how to do both. But for example, if I'm going to be printing one of these off and taking it to an appointment with me, this one here on the right side with a lot of black, or this one here on the left with a lot of red, if I don't have a pretty good quality printer and paper, one, it's going to use a lot of ink, and two, it may just not print as high a quality as you want it to. So just take note of that. This is one of my favorite styles here. Again, we're in buyer. If I go onto listing, we also have the listing presentation. And again, you're going to see we have 5 themes here. And the content is the same. So we're going to come right here and click use. Again, this is the style that I like. Jump in, check out the differences in the style, and go with the one that fits what you're looking for. We're going to give it just a second to load. And here on the left side, we have a few different options. Number 1 is template, the types of pages that can be in this design. And again, everything's fully customizable. So again, we'll open that up. But right down here in the bottom right corner, it says pages and it says 29. So the way these presentations work, there are currently 29 pages in the presentation, and we are going to go through them, or you're going to go through them, and you are going to delete the ones that you do not want to use, and you will customize the ones that you do want to use. So I'm just going to increase the zoom just a little here. So again, it says listing presentation template. Maybe I'm going to customize that and put the property address. Maybe I'm going to put my team logo right here down the bottom. Maybe I'm going to put my smiling face here and my contact information just here. To do that, we have images. Obviously, if you have some assets already uploaded, we simply can add one. There, come into text and add a text box, and so on and so on. Of course, when it comes to adding images, we have the assets. If you have one stored on your computer, you just hit an add and you're going to click here and you'll find it inside of the files already stored on your computer. But right here in the bottom right, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to click pages and we're just going to scroll through a few of them and show you a couple of the options. So here is page 1. We're going to move on and say that we're happy with that and pretend that we customized it. Now moving on to page 2. So it has a few instructions. This is a page that's really just for you, telling you some things you want to do within this. We could either click these 3 dots and delete this page, or maybe you have a letter and a bio that you have typed up telling the seller how you best represent them, Well, we have a nice little template right here with a header. We have some lines creating a little bit of a box. And of course, we can fully customize this text. And so on and so on. Again, I'm not going to make you guys watch me type, but that is a great opportunity to have just a letter to the seller showing them how you best represent them and how you are going to do an amazing job selling their home. So we're going to customize that one. Then we'll move on to page 3. Maybe we grab a little photo of the home from Google Streets, from a satellite view. Maybe it's again another team logo for you. Again, everything's customizable, so you can double click, you can erase, you can move things around. You see little grid lines appearing. We're moving on to the next page, and let's say that this is a page that we don't want to have in our presentation. We can simply click the 3 little dots, the meatball menu, and we can delete it. And it has now gone. This next page, maybe you've got some past sales. Again, we want to tell a story when we're trying to earn buyers and sellers. So maybe there's a listing where you overcame a large obstacle. Maybe there's a home that you sold in their neighborhood for above list price. Grab that picture, put some information here about it. The next page, again, we're only going to do a couple more of these. A little market snapshot about the neighborhood. Again, you can customize this if you want to, if you don't agree with the data. Even though some of it isn't fully customizable, just remember in some of our areas we have 2 MLS systems, so one listing can appear as 2 listings. You can simply come right here, grab a shape, click on that shape and turn it into black. That's more like a gray, but we'll go with it. And maybe you stick it here over the average sales price. And then you bring in a little bit of text to correct the average sales price if you don't agree with the data. A few other interesting pages we have, comparables. Some people are going to customize a listing presentation for every appointment they go on. Myself, personally, I did not do that. I had a listing presentation that was the same for every appointment I went on, and then I took additional information with me each time when it came to comparables, neighborhood information, school district information, so on and so on. But there's 29 of these pages for you to go through. Again, some generic ones. How we're going to find the buyer. Some statistics there. Here is a checklist of the things you do for a seller. Again, you guys are seeing you can customize all this text, but there's a lot of very clean looking, boxes, check boxes, pictures already in there for you to use. Okay, some market data. Again, we can customize all these numbers right here as well. So we're going to move on and assume that we have finished customizing this presentation. And now we have 2 options. One, we want to go ahead and print this option out, and we want to turn it into an presentation as well, so an electronic listing presentation. Maybe we email them a pre-listing email. It has our reviews in there, it has testimonials in there, and by the way, I prepared a little bit of information ahead of time for you to review about myself and our team. So to download this to print, we're going to come right here to download, PDF for printing, pages, all pages, because we're going to assume that we deleted and removed the pages that we did not want, okay? So we'll download that. It'll take us just a second and it will appear in the bottom left. And then the other option that we have is to share. Okay, we see the share option just here. Now, once we click share, there's 2 tabs right here, and there's a big difference between the 2. This design is going to grab a link for the current page you have selected. The project is going to select or grab a link from all the pages, and the project is what you will want to select. Anyone with a link can view. And now if I copy and paste this link and paste it into my URL, you can see we're going to have a little e-presentation booklet to scroll through. So maybe you're doing a Zoom listing presentation for an out-of-state seller. Or, jump on Zoom, share your screen, and walk through the presentation with them. It's a little bit, kind of like a flip book for them. You guys are getting the idea just there. So again, to do that, we shared, we grabbed the project, so it included all the pages, and then we grabbed the link just here. So again, online presentations, pre-listing emails to send someone, some great options right here. And of course, down the bottom left, we had the PDF for us to print appear. So again, that is your listing presentations. We're going to have a lot more in-depth class in February, creating listing and buyer presentations. I'm going to have some content for you to insert into that. And I hope you join me. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you're having any trouble creating these presentations, reach out to us. Reach out to your Market Center Tech Trainer. And I appreciate you guys watching this slightly longer than usual video. You have a great day.